Imagine this, the two greatest footballers of all time, not as rivals, not on opposite sides of the pitch, but wearing the same jersey, passing to each other, celebrating together, breaking records side by side. Now pause. Think about the chaos. Defenders wouldn't just be scared, they'd be hopeless. Headlines wouldn't be about Messi or Ronaldo, they'd be about the destruction they caused together. But here's the crazy part. It almost happened. Not once, not twice, but several times. Deals were in motion, calls were made, and the football world came closer than you think to seeing the unthinkable. So, what if it did happen? What if Messi and Ronaldo joined forces? This is the story of the alternate football reality that almost became true. To understand how close this dream was, we have to rewind to 2008. Cristiano Ronaldo was lighting up Manchester United, and Lionel Messi was the young magician at Barcelona. But in the boardrooms of Madrid, there were whispers. What if we get them both? Florentino Perez, Real Madrid's president, was obsessed with creating Galacticos 2.0, the ultimate team of superstars. Ronaldo was already in his sights, but insiders claimed that Madrid scouts had quietly discussed Messi too. The plan? If they could lure Ronaldo from United and somehow trigger Messi's release clause, they'd build a front line the world had never seen. It sounds impossible, right? Well, it almost wasn't. Ronaldo joined Madrid in 2009. Messi's release clause back then? Not the astronomical 700 million euros it would become, and Madrid had the cash. So why didn't it happen? Because one man stood in the way, and he wore a suit, not boots. Joan Laporta, Barcelona's president at the time, knew the danger. He saw Perez's ambition. He personally stepped in to secure Messi's loyalty, rewriting his contract before Madrid could even make an approach. Laporta wasn't just protecting a player, he was protecting Barcelona's entire identity. But this wouldn't be the last time someone tried to unite Messi and Ronaldo. Fast forward to 2013. Cristiano had won titles with Madrid. Messi was smashing scoring records at Barcelona. But deep in the football shadows, there was a phone call that could have changed everything. Carlo Ancelotti, newly appointed as Real Madrid manager, reportedly floated the wildest idea in a private conversation. If Messi was available, why not? The problem? Messi was untouchable at Barca. But in football, untouchable can vanish with the right offer. And here's the plot twist. Barcelona weren't invincible financially. Had a mega money bid landed before Neymar's arrival, the Catalan board would have had tough choices. Imagine Messi and Ronaldo in white, tearing La Liga apart together. Now, let's jump to 2020, the year football went mad. The pandemic hit. Stadiums were empty, finances collapsed, and for the first time ever, Lionel Messi wanted to leave Barcelona. The entire football world froze. Ronaldo was already at Juventus, and Juventus executives, knowing their own finances were shaky, began whispering about something insane, bringing Messi to Turin to play with Ronaldo. It was so close that even PSG insiders admitted later, "We considered it. The marketing alone would have been worth it." And then it all collapsed overnight. But what happened next made this fantasy closer than ever before. When Messi eventually left Barcelona in 2021, everyone assumed he'd go to Manchester City to reunite with Pep Guardiola. But PSG were faster and richer. They brought him to Paris to play with Neymar and Mbappe. Here's what almost nobody knows. Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, Jorge Mendes, had informal talks with PSG the very next year when Ronaldo wanted out of Manchester United. The idea? Replace Mbappe if he left for Madrid, and pair Messi with Ronaldo for the first time ever. Now, let's step into the alternate timeline. Picture this, Messi drifting between the lines, threading impossible passes, Ronaldo timing his runs to perfection, burying chance after chance. Opposition defenders quitting mid-game because what's the point? The record's gone. Every scoring record, every Champions League milestone, obliterated. Messi feeding Ronaldo's hunger for goals. Ronaldo pulling defenders away to give Messi the space to dance. It wouldn't just be dominant, it would be football warfare. So why didn't we get this? 3 reasons. Rivalry culture, Barca and Madrid, Messi and Ronaldo, were marketed as polar opposites. It sold tickets, it sold shirts. Uniting them might have actually killed the golden rivalry. Financial chaos. Their combined wages would bankrupt most clubs. Egos. Maybe both wanted to be the main man. Sharing the spotlight would take a level of humility football rarely sees. In the end, maybe it's better they stayed rivals, because every time they met, the world stopped. Every goal, every record, every stare down became part of football's greatest story, but somewhere in another universe. They're not rivals, they're teammates, and defenders are still having nightmares. So tell me, would you rather they stayed apart and built the rivalry we love, or join forces to create the most unstoppable team in football history? Drop your thoughts below. And trust me, the next football, what if I'm about to tell you, is even